Welcome back to SourceFedNERD. Today's episode is brought to you by audible.com/SFNerd.
We've got Batman news, we've got James Bond's news, we've got Vince Vaughn news even. Obviously that means it's a big news day.
It is, Sam. We got a sneaky peek of one of Spider-Man's foes in Homecoming.
Cool!
You haven't seen it yet.
Doesn't matter, throw it on the screen, bam, there we go. Kinda lame, but hey, we got the shocker.
Yeah,
That's a little.
It's shocking how the Shocker and the Spider-Man are only one finger apart.
Wow, look at that.
I don't have the fine motor skills for this.
Say just this, and this, a ding, a ding, a ding, a ding.
How fast can you do it?
Ding, 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 ow, 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 ow.
This is a bigger revelation than Martha.
Save Martha!
Anywho, here's some more set photos of the Shocker, one of Spider-Man's classic villains. His costume in the movie is fairly similar to the comic book suit, though this one seems a little bit more slapped together, if we may be frank, but it is still cool.
Shocker is known for his gauntlets that poof out of a little poofs of air that vibrate at high frequencies and mess a dude up. Based on these photos, it looks like the Shocker's got himself a pair of these Vibro Smashers, his name for the gauntlets, so it'd be fun to see him and Tom Holland duke it out.
So we've got the Shocker on set, confirmation of the Tinkerer joining the film, and concept art of the Vulture. Looks like we're getting a healthy helping of Spider-Man villains in the MCU. Now here's our question. Should they add even more villains to this movie? Or should Sony maybe pump the brakes a little bit? Let us know down below. You know, actually, just throw another Green Goblin in there. We've got like 2.5 of them already. Got James Franco being the Hobgoblin, or whatever the hell that was. Just keep throwing goblins in there.
Give me more goblins.
Hashtag more goblins.
Groblins. If there's any true constants in life, it's that ice machines never get cleaned, comic books come out every Wednesday, and Daniel Craig fucking hates being James Bond.
That's a bummer.
I don't know why.
That's a bummer. It seems like we get an update every couple months about how Sony keeps jacking up the amount of money they're trying to throw at Daniel Craig to get him to reprise his role as James Bond. And now we're up to what amount?
Whoa, it says right here 150 million pounds. That's a little over 200 million big ones. Rumored, by the way. Do you think that he's just playing her to get in order to get more money? I mean, he did say that he'd rather slit his wrists than play Jonathan
Bond again. That's why he's angry.
Bond.
I signed up for fucking James Bond, and who the fuck am I playing in these movies?
I guess he doesn't enjoy getting paid the big bucks to play literally the coolest international super spy that's ever been created.
I think he sounds so browdy. Sony, don't give Daniel Craig what he wants, all right? Just go to your next James Bond right here.
This guy, it's Sam, do it.
At least I'll make the movies fun.
Yeah, he will.
Oi, that's a blimey. No, that's it. Well, we got another story, and then cut to it.
Speaking of famous people possibly reprising their super cool roles, Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy just might be back at it again with two very popular Batman storylines. At Fan Expo in Toronto, they slightly teased that there might be straight-to-DVD adaptations of Hush and A Death in the Family.
High five. Oh, that was weak sauce. There you go. Now, whether or not you like their adaptation of The Killing Joke, there's still room to be excited for these potential adaptations. I mean, they're both iconic stories that people would love to see come to life, but just because the comics were great, does that necessarily mean that they'll make good movies?
Either way, if these do happen, it won't be for another couple of years. We still got Justice League Dark, Batman and Harley Quinn, and Teen Titans The Judas Contract to look forward to, and suss out if we really want A Death in the Family and Hush after all.
And to be real, in Batman Under the Red Hood, they kind of already told the Death in the Family storyline, like a little bit.
That's true.
So I don't know if it will be...
They're going backwards.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know if it will really live up to how good Under the Red Hood was. So.
That's weird.
And lastly, here's a little Stranger Things news for you. It seems that Vince Vaughn and Colin Farrell have been confirmed to star in the sophomore season of the hit Netflix series.
That's right.
No, it's not.
The Duffer Brothers both sat down with the two megastars and had them look over the script to gauge their interest. According to Matt Duffer, Vince was originally meant to play an FBI agent who was going to investigate all the strange things happening in Hawkins, Indiana, but instead, Vince threw out this idea. Let me just be some rich guy who does nothing and talks just like Vince Vaughn, but he's tired a lot. Inspiring.
Even more inspiring than that, Colin Farrell came up with the idea of just ditching the whole sci-fi angle of the show. It's a great idea. You can read the whole article at hardtimes.net. It's a brilliant.
Love the Hard Times. If you didn't catch it, this is fake, but a few people believed it for a second when the article was released.
And we loved it so much that we wanted to share it with all of you beautiful people. But that leads us to our last question. What celebrities would be the worst fit for Stranger Things Season 2? Let us know down below. Ron Perlman.
He would be the best for that.
Would.
Yeah, he's the
Demogorgon.
And that's it from us. Give this video a like, share it, and subscribe, would ya? And thanks again to Audible for sponsoring today's episode.
Here's a little fun fact. Audible is offering you a free audiobook with a 30-day trial membership. Just go to audible.com/sfnerd and browse the unmatched selection of audio programs, download a title free, and start listening.
Audible content includes an endless selection of audiobooks, original audio shows, news, comedy, and more from the leading audiobooks publishers, broadcasters, entertainers, magazine and newspaper publishers, and business information providers. I'm currently listening to Grendel by John Gardner. It's about the story of Beowulf, but it's from the perspective of Grendel. It's great.
Ooh, I'm currently listening to Angels and Demons by Dan Brown. I read it, now I'm listening to it again, and it's awesome. You can actually read along with us or listen along with us at audible.com/sfnerd.
Sam, Whitney, we'll see you kids tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Did it. Today was hard.
Yeah.
I'm hungover.
Sometimes. You are?
Yes.
Bless you.
Wait, is that algebra test today? Shit. I'm getting an F for fucked.
Why do Mom and Dad have to fight so much? This is such a waste of time. I could be at home watching Hulu.
Why do I hate Matt so much? Oh my god, I'm in love with him.